the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Happy day and good evening, Micronesia. We are tuning into our broadcast this evening here in our different households, and we want to go ahead and have you introduce everybody here. So, starting with me, I am Sister Arlene Malikton from the local congregation of Guam, and want to greet everyone good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are tuning into anywhere around the world. This is INCRadio Micronesia, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our broadcast this evening because tonight, if you have followed us last week, we were talking about a very interesting topic, and we're going to continue it a little bit tonight. But before that, let's go ahead and have you introduce my crew members, and starting with Sister Anne.
Yes, happy day, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all those tuning in to our broadcast. I'm Sister Anne from the local congregation of Machanal, and I will be one of your multimedia officers assisting Ata Arlene in different segments of our broadcast for this evening. I'm really looking forward to hearing from our guests this evening about our topic for the week, so I hope everyone is excited as well, and please continue engaging with us here on INC Radio.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sister Anne. And of course, talking about engaging many people or even those viewers that are tuning into our broadcast and the live chat is really going off. I wanted to introduce Brother RY because Brother RY is going to be communicating with all of you. So, Brother RY, let's go have you introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Brother John from the local congregation of Saipan, and I'll be also one of the YouTube engagers in today's broadcast.
Yes, thank you, Brother Dan. So, yes, if you see him on that YouTube chat, please say hi and he will say hi to you as well. Now, with our topic this evening, last week was talking about the skills and the problem solving of different generations, right? And we are going to talk about this again, but of course, a little bit more of other generations that we have not talked about. So tonight's broadcast is all about generational differences. And of course, want to also talk about their similarities, right? So we have two guests this evening, and you have seen them before. It's just been a while since we've seen this one sister, but she is from my local congregation. I'm so glad she's back with us, Sister Valerie.
Hi, happy day. My name is Sister Valerie Tanayan. I'm from the locale of Guam. I am a choir member, and a little fact about me is that I'm a middle school teacher. I recently picked up pickleball, and I'll kind of tie this into our our topic today.
Oh wow, pickleball. Thank you, Sister Val. You know, someone was also talking about pickleball with me, and then that's Sister Marisol. You have never met her, Sister Valerie. She's actually from the local congregation of Upper Heights, and she's gonna get me into pickleball as well. So, yeah, let's go ahead and have that tournament or that fair game with each other. I definitely want to learn it a little bit more. But thank you so much for that little fact of you. And of course, one more guest we have this evening. She is my crew member. And let's go ahead and have introduced Sister Avi.
Hello, brethren, tuning in to INC Radio Micronesia. I'm Sister Avian, or Sister Avi for short, from the local congregation of Guam. I am a choir member and as well as a crew member here on INC Radio Micronesia. And a little fact about me is that I love to dance and sing.
Nice. That is true. You have been doing so much for our in concerts and different numbers. Definitely a talented sister. Thank you, Sister Avi, for being here this evening. Of course, we wanted her here because she comes from a younger generation. With Sister Val, she's actually still the same generation as I. So we are the millennial generation. So going on with our topic this evening. We have heard our backgrounds of our guests. Now we're going to go into learning a little bit of where they're at when in their generation and what differs from the different generations as well. So, Sister Val, when it comes to our generation, because I'm going to say ours, both are there, millennial generation, what can you say differs like between the Gen X and the Gen Z? Because right now I think that's the generation that we currently interact with and work with. What would you say differs?
I say for more for millennials, I see that we work collaboratively with each other. We've actually, seen the start of the digital age, and then having to see the different changes of technology, and then we'll just kind of take back to with Gen X, right? They're the much like older group. Um, they're more also like they're hardworking. You can see that, right? That's all I can think of for them because when it comes to Gen Z, right, that's the newer generation right now, and then you start to see that they're entering the workforce. So they're a little bit different because they're more independent, right? They think of like a business minded, like entrepreneurship, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so with them, they like to take risks, especially trying to, I guess like you mentioned earlier, like having a side hustle. But at times, like it's like their full blown job because you start to see, especially now with technology, right? You see like influencers or content creators because you see that many of us are on these different social media apps or different platforms, and they see that we can make money out of that, right? Having to create these viral reels or whatnot. And so those are the differences I see out there.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Sister Val, because you know what, that's true. I see that a lot, and I sometimes I can also attest to, or at least I think I can attest to it, that if the pandemic didn't happen, I don't know if it will still kind of go that way. But since the pandemic did happen, right, it kind of enforces that generation to really mold themselves into being like entrepreneur, like think about doing all these contents on social media, which is true. And you know what, it really works out, and it's really good. And I can also say, Sister Val, and you did say a little bit like they're a little bit more independent with the Gen Z versus Gen X and millennials, right? Um, I feel that sometimes they are very creative people, and they also tend to be the type where they kind of want to try it on their own, and then if they'll see if they'll succeed or not. They
Yeah,
have that kind of characteristic, not
we
like,
see that in
is
like
that true?
when it
Yeah.
comes to now that we have like work from home jobs or remote jobs, like you see a lot of the Gen Z like applying for these jobs. And so you know how us millennials we like to work collaboratively, right? And then this is a different generation where yes they'll work collaboratively but through technology. And then us
Yeah.
we're more oh we want to see each other in person.
That's true. I feel sometimes I we want to have that social interaction besides like being online. I want the feel, the touch, the hands-on experience, right? I'm kind of that person still, I want to be able to have that social interaction with people and not just really rely on technology and online things, right? But that's how it is now. And one thing about our generation, Sister Val, is that we're so collaborative and also very adaptable with
Oh yes.
anything. And I can honestly say that. And I want to say, if anyone feels the same way, please give me a thumbs up on the YouTube chat, because I would say, we can all be collaborative and we can all adapt to each other. It's just, we can't always have it all the same way. I'm gonna go ahead and go with sister AV. Sorry, I was gonna say Sister Aunt, Sister AV, on this one, because she has not had the work experience, but she had the school experience. But can you tell us now what characteristics do you share or are familiar with other generations with you, Sister AV?
I think tying into what you guys have been saying about technology, I feel like Gen Z and millennials can, I guess, kind of relate to us transitioning into having technology or having it become part of our daily lives. While as like we can sort of kind of relate to like a younger generation like Gen Alpha who just grew up with having technologies like the iPad kids or like they have it while growing up, but we like the older generations grew up with it when we were a bit older, if that makes sense. I feel like
Yes.
that's connect more with the technology that's going around more, um, and it's growing throughout the years. But yes, that's I guess that's how you can say that we have familiar share similarities through technology.
That's true. And because yeah, that is the this is the digital age, and we all at some point really need to learn a little bit more when it comes to it. And you're right about that, Sister Avi. Thank you so much. Now with now the work environment, Sister Val, do you have anything you would like to share about what are some things that are familiar with other generations?
What some characteristics that I do value would be, the balancing of work and your personal life, right? Especially, us members in the church, us officers, we really value our personal time, right?
Ooh.
And so I love Gen Z for this because this is where I heard the term boundaries, right? Like you got to put your boundaries when it comes to in entering the workforce. And I'm like, wow, like that's pretty much work, balancing work and life. And I was like, okay, I like this, especially for us, right? We want to set aside like work, like for work, and then home for home, and especially what we need to do, right, outside of work life. And so. Those are characteristics that we share with the Gen Z.
Oh, that's so true. And you know what, Sister Val, I was also reading something earlier, doing a little bit of research that did you know that the Gen X and us millennials are really counting on the Gen Z to really break those barriers, right? To really
I
kind
really
of like
hope so. To make all these policies and
yeah, change a little bit of that because you know the thing is now mental health, burnout, these things, the digital age is processing so fast, and we get so burnt out. We're like everything's in the palm of our hands, everything's like almost by milliseconds to get all the information to you. And it could be just super information overload for us. And I love that about the Gen Z. They're really taking it to heart about our work balance. And that's true because it really focuses on other things that we have in our life, like for example our church, our duties. And you have mentioned that all, and that's true. And I will say, Gen Z, awesome job, keep it up. We just hope we continue to keep the work ethic really good. We don't want businesses to fail, right? And we don't want like anyone getting fired or anything like that or anything. We always want to be able to still have that sense of workmanship, right? And we still be able to um, sustain our livelihood, and so that we can always be able to perform our duties, right, righteously and willingly, always um, in our lives. So that's a good thing that you have mentioned. Thank you, Sister Val. And now we want to go ahead and kind of close off this discussion with, now we're talking about adaptability, right? How can you adapt with the different generations now, like interacting with them, socially, in school or in work? Let's ask Sister Avi on that. So Sister Avi, how do you adapt to all these different generations, while socially interacting with them?
I think I would just do it as I usually would while getting to know somebody. So you just talk to them, have a conversation, and slowly through time we'll understand each other more. And I think another thing that helps is that I have a sister who is a part of Gen Alpha. So from the way that she acts or how I see her interact with her friends, is how I would get the gist of how her generation works or how they are with each other. So just using, I guess, your siblings or your other family members, knowing how they are, maybe that can give you a glimpse on how the other generations may be. But yes, what?
Yeah, that's true. And we should all adapt to each other. And it's good that um having that communication, you want to be able to learn from each other, not just from the wise and the mature, right? Also learn from the younger ones, because you just never know what they're able to produce or to give or to just even say. They might, again, like we mentioned, Sister Val mentioned, breaking those boundaries, breaking those barriers, because it's really in trying to keep ourselves balanced with work and life. And I like that. We all want that. Now, with Sister Val, you want to add anything to how you would adapt to different generations and how you interact with them?
Nothing to add, but I really, especially when it comes to adapting to working with people, is communication, right? And so you have to adapt your communication skills, right? Especially, the lingo they use, because I've been teaching for 10 years, and you see they have the different slangs, right, that they would use in the classroom. And sometimes I would just Google and be like, okay, Urban Dictionary. Like this week, I had to Urban Dictionary on like I'm cooked, right? And I'm like, well, what does that mean?
What is
And then I'm kind of like depressed or sad or something like that. I'm just, I was kind of like, what are they saying? Like they're not cooking like in person.
Oh, okay. So that's I wonder what else would there be different jargons. We can ask a Gen Z right now, so Sister Evie. So what are some other words out there? Is there something out there that we should know? Like one word in your generation that we should kind of know?
Um, I don't know. I feel like they're all not really self-explanatory, but they do make sense to me. But the "I'm cooked" one is like I'm in trouble, or "Oh shoot,
Oh,
like what am I gonna do?" kind of thing. And like I don't know if you know, I feel like you do know, like people here like fit is like outfit, but they just change it to like
fit.
shorter, or like Riz. I heard it's
Right.
like short for charisma. So,
Oh, see, so then it does make sense. There is a definition behind it. So I'm curious what other words are out there. So if there is, go ahead and put it on the YouTube chat, and we can definitely read it out, because Brother AV is definitely gonna start introducing the next segment. So Brother AV, let's go. Oh, Brother AV, sorry, Brother RY, and that's Sister AV that mentioned all those comments. Thank you. Brother RY.
If you are new to our broadcast, this is how you can support us.
Hello, Team Live Chat! We love hearing from you, but we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Have you heard about our hashtag challenge?
That's right! Don't forget to hashtag your local congregation in the comments down below.
Not only that, hashtag your CFO too.
And at the end of the show, find out who won our hashtag challenge.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Kuya Tech, for that bumper. So I am Brother John from the local congregation of Saipan, and I'll be reading your comments in the comment section because Sister Arlene, there's a lot of comments happening right now. I'm telling you, this is a lot. So I will try to read everyone. So first is the greetings from our ministers, from our district minister, Brother Joven Sipilio Jr. He said, "Good evening for brothers and sisters here in the district of Micronesia." We also have our assistant district minister. He says, "Greetings, brethren, and to our district minister, Ka Joven and his family po." We also have Brother Jeffrey Munar saying, "Happy birthday to Eileen Kerlensha and Gemma Ocampo. Happy birthday po." We also have our ministers in the local congregation of Cobblerville, Brother Roger Manzanilla. He's saying, greetings to from Cobblerville, hashtag Saipan Micronesia po. We also have our Brother Roger Villegas. He's saying, good evening, Micronesia. Shout out to our brethren in Cobblerville. Thank you po for your support. We also have our ministers from the local congregation of San Jose. He's saying, Brother Ronick Lizardo, he says, go millennials. I think Brother Ronick is a millennial. So, and he hashtag San Jose and Micronesia, who raised the flag of millennials. And I also have some greetings from Efren Casamina. He said happy listening Cobblerville of Micronesia and good evening. Greetings from hashtag Cobblerville Micronesia po. We also have our sister Jade Pasha, of course, our sister who never have an absent in IC Radio. She said, good evening po everyone, hashtag Saipan and hashtag CWS. We also have our sister Michelle Giang, hashtagging Garpan and Buklod. We also have Brother Tristan Reyes hashtagging Machanao and hashtag Kadiwa. We also have Sister Alessandra Manzanilla hashtagging Cobblerville and hashtag Binhi and good evening everyone. We also have Sister Jana Ponciano saying happy viewing po hashtag Cobblerville, hashtag Buklod and hashtag Micronesia. We also have um, Sister Samantha Flores, hashtagging Cobblerville, Kadiwa, and Choir. Wow, there's a lot of Cobblerville right now. I feel like Cobblerville summoned in our INC radio right now. And we also have some answers in our YouTube engagement question earlier. We have Sister Krisha Rodriguez. She said, I'd ask a chef for a recipe, aka my mom. Maybe it's because I already like my mom's cooking, but of course, still willing to share the recipe online, especially if it's a new menu. We also have Sister Alessandra Manzanilla. I rather look on the internet because I feel like the internet is a collection of many different chefs from different fields of cooking. I believe that too, sister, because sometimes when my parents ask me to cook adobo, I'm gonna search on YouTube and how to cook adobo. So I agree on that, sister. So we also have Sister Jeneline Munar. She said both po. It's just that the internet is more accessible, except if you have a friend or family who's a chef who's always reliable when we need to ask. But that's all for now. Oh my God, I almost out of breath right there. But that's all for now, and I hope to see you guys again next week. And I hope to keep that enthusiasm and always join us in our broadcast every Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Arwai. Great job. Yes, there is so many brethren, so many that are tuning into INC Radio Micronesia. We love your support, so thank you so much. Also, we want to mention that the local congregation of Koror Palau is also 37 years old, or the anniversary. So thank you for the sister that did comment, last name Martin. So thank you so much for, and happy anniversary to Koror Palau. Uh, Everyone who's been commenting, thank you so much as well. For also Brother Raphael, also good evening po, Ka Joven Sapilo. We, the brethren from the Corpalao, is hoping and praying that someday in God's will you can visit here in Corpalao. So shout out to Ka Joven. They're asking you to visit Corpalao po. And also, of course, thank you again for everyone that has commented as well. Now we're gonna go on to see what's been happening in the District of Micronesia, starting with our bumper. CFO in action. Yes, and of course, if you have been so active with all our district activities, you know what had happened last week. We had our district finals for the Unity Games, and we do have a presentation to show while I give you the information of what had happened. So, in the islands of Guam and in Saipan, we had our district finals, and of course, volleyball, badminton, chess was also played, as well as basketball. So you want to go ahead and see those pictures from Saipan. They're shooting all the basketball and also hitting all the volleyball. And thank you so much for everyone who have given their support, cheering on all the players. That's such an amazing camaraderie and brotherhood as well. And the CWS had um, also games in the island of Saipan. Thank you for doing that. The CWS was definitely not forgotten. And in, of course, the island of Guam, we still had our finals tournaments. Shout out to the local congregation of Manila. We have a sister there. They all wrapped her up in the banners, congratulating her for her win. So, congratulations, sister. We also have volleyball players in different areas, and also different local congregations playing basketball and also chess as well. We don't have a chess picture, but congratulations to the local congregation of Jigo men's volleyball winners. And of course, on the district meeting that's going to be happening next week, we will announce all the winners of every of both islands, in the island of Saipan and on the island of Guam. And of course, we want to mention what's happening today and tomorrow. We have booklet meeting. We have the CWS, right, at 3 o'clock, monthly meeting. We also have the CFO conference online for all the CFO officers. That will be on 4 p.m. tomorrow. And lastly, our online special gathering for the 55th anniversary of the CBI, which is the Christian Brotherhood International. So we'll see all of you there, because these are all important meetings you want to go to and see how all the participation of all brethren, to be active in all aspects of our duties. So see you there. And Sister Anne, let's go ahead and get who are the winners from last week.
Yes, thank you, Ate Arlene. Now we want to announce our local winner and most supportive brethren from our previous broadcast, starting with the local winner, which is the local of Machanao. So congratulations, po. Congratulations, po. Now let's give a drum roll for the most supportive brethren from last week. It is Sister Rana Del Rosendo. So congratulations po. And to all of our winners, we thank all of you for always supporting us and always engaging with us here on INCRadio. Now, Sister Arlene will invite everyone to next week's broadcast.
Yes, absolutely. Next week's broadcast, same time at 10 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time on Saturday, October 12th. And if you have followed our conversation this evening, what are the similarities of all the generations? It's learning technology. So we are going to be talking about sharing the digital world across generations. So we definitely want to see you there on our next broadcast, and give us your full support on the YouTube chat again.
Thank you, Ate Arlene. And for our end of the show greetings and thank yous, we first would like to make a special thank you to our beloved executive Mr. Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, as well as to our SEBC CEO and CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Arano Manalo. And we do have more greetings with Brother RY.
Thank you, Sister Anne. Also, we would like to say thank you to the District Minister, Brother Joven Superior Jr., our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan. We also have our CFO Overseer, Brother Daniel Jeffrey Monar. We also have a DMA Advisor, Brother Roger Villegas Jr. We also have our crew members. In Saipan, we have Sister Jillian, Sister Bam Bam, and Brother Matt. In Guam, we also have Sister Arlene, Sister Randy, Sister Anne, Sister Maria, and Brother Michael, Sean, and Randy. Also, we also have our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya.
Thank you so much, Kuya Dan. And we want to go ahead and mention a special shout out to the local congregation of Cobblerville, because right before our broadcast, they already been tuning into and start hashtagging away. So, Brother Roger, thank you so much for your support and your local congregation support in our YouTube chat tonight. And tonight, we want to say good night, Micronesia. And also coming up next is Washington, D.C., and that is good morning over there. We'll see you next time. Good night. Thank you.